Thank you, Dave. And, well, two guys were down. Washington, he is back for Iona. No sign of Deshaun Much. Washington goes to work against Braxton. Lost control. And touched last by Zach Braxton. Everybody for Weber State looking in the direction of the official Juan Corral. Thought that Braxton didn't touch it. It'll stay with Iona.
Yep. It looked like he was going the other way. Ed, but they have a better angle than us.
Cassell caught fire in the first half. Scored 12 on 5 of 11 shooting. Off the mark to start the second. Now Weber State, they might be down by 12, but they were never in sync in the first half. John, no. Washington rebounds.
Tough shot through the lane. But once again, Iona streaky, as we mentioned before. So this game's a long way from over.
Offensive rebound, Cassell, and McGill will back it out and reset.
Weber State's got to rebound much better. Can't do that. Can't give more than one opportunity. Iona's too good offensively.
They got McGill on a switch against a taller Hill, and now over Braxton. Ricky McGill carving up the bigs for Weber State. Foot on the line, it's a long two.
Iona stays with their full court pressure, man to man, trying to deny the ball in bounds.
Senglin right to the rim. Block or a charge? This is going to be a block. And it's on Crawford. Thought for a moment, Pete, we both did, that it might be Washington. Would have been his third. Instead, E.J. Crawford picks up his third.
Big break for Iona, because that was close. Could have gone either way.
And now Senglin to the free throw line. First half. Scored 5 points, only took 3 shots. And he's off the mark there. Senglin now is 8 for 12 on the season from the line.
On Weber State, I would press them. Soft press, press a pressing team. Right now, Iona's much more aggressive. Not that you want to steal it, but you want to make them think a little bit. I don't think Rainy Ray presses much, so he stays with his man-to-man, which is very good.
Washington backing down Braxton, turns in, tried to go reverse, and then it's ripped away by Hill. John, circus move. And Iona with a chance the other way. Severe, nice pass. Washington with the slam. Washington now at 7. Senglin trying to answer, offensive. And the charge drawn by Washington. He's going end to end to start this half.
Great job attacking. Here we see Iona gets a rebound. Cassell with the rebound. They push it ahead. Severe. Washington runs the court with the flush. He runs back down the other end. He's playing hard.
We talked so much about his foul trouble. Tim Cluse has put the onus on the guards who've allowed opposing players to drive by and then allow Washington to foul them. Washington, though, when he's out there, is as tough a matchup, especially in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, as any big man.
Yeah, he can play any place in the country. Strong, athletic, score inside or outside.
E.J. Crawford, his second three. Iona, you said they're streaky. Well, right now, they're hitting shots.
Hitting shots. E.J. Crawford, freshman from Hartford, Connecticut. Terrific young player.
Away from the ball, they're pointing in Washington's direction. And indeed, Jordan Washington now has his third foul.
Gotta be careful, sometimes he gets emotional. Just can't stay on the court. Coaches were telling us, we talked to them a couple of times, right, Ed? Well, the new rule, as you know, is freedom of movement. Rule 10.1-4, which has been in a while, but now they're emphasizing, hey, we want free flowing. We want people mugging each other, hand-to-hand combat.
Senglin catch and shoot. No. Bessick tapped it to McGill. By the way, 10.1-4 has been nightly reading here in Alaska.
Exactly.
McGill in and out. Bessick kept it alive for the Gales. Second chance. It's Cassell. And the long rebound taken by John. Hill's got a chance here against the smaller McGill. And Bessick came in to help, knocked it away. 2-on-2, Cassell to the rim, lays it in for Iona, and they lead by 20. It is their largest lead tonight.
Iona's terrific on a fast break. They really finish in traffic, the guards, Cassell and McGill. In the lane and they finish it.
The maroon and gold from New Rochelle, New York. Hill forced to put it on the deck. 10 to shoot for Weber State, the Big Sky champs last year. Braxton denied, but a foul, and it's on Bessick, who's in for Washington. And the third now on Taylor Bessick.
That'll be his first third team foul at the line for the Wildcats. Zach Braxton shooting two.
Block.
Weber State now 7 for 12 from the line. Well, Iona at one point went on a 22-0 spurt in the first half. Right now they've scored 7 straight.
He missed 2 the first half also. 4.
Zach Braxton. Cassell leading the way for Iona. He scored 14. And the Gales now slowing down the pace. Losing some time. McGill off the bounce. Yes, Ricky McGill buries it. He's got 6. The Iona Gales, 22 wins last year. Fell to Iowa State in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Lost 6 players from last year's team, including A.J. English. John over Sevier. Count it. Cody John, that's a long 2.
Weber State's going to take their time. It's 2 by 2. Don't foul. Rebound and try to run.
Here's Sevier. Hill. And now Cannon as Weber State looks to push. Braxton swarmed. Cannon left open. McKay Cannon drills the 3 for the Wildcats.
You know how well they shoot 3-point shots. Weber State's never out of the game. Big hill to climb, but it's not over. Starts with their defense. A good D, and they got a rebound. Wrap up the possession with a rebound.
Crawford. 3 threes for the freshman E.J. Crawford. Problem is, Iona's taking advantage from the outside.
Knocking down threes. A lot better 3-point shooting team than 28% they are coming into this game.
Hill knocks it down. Now, if you're Iona and you give a big a shot like that, as opposed to something inside, you'll take it.
Exactly. We see Iona's doing it all, putting on a clinic defensively and offensively. Nice drive inside by Hill, but Bessick with the block. Here go the Gales. Heard about the running of the Bulls in Pamplona, Spain. How about the running of the Gales in Anchorage, Alaska?
Doug Gottlieb has an opinion on everything happening from around the sports world, and he's not afraid to let you know how he feels. The Doug Gottlieb Show, presented by Sleep Number, weekdays at 3 Eastern, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Coach, we had quite a trip during the break. Spongy.
Spongy's a great man. He's a basketball coach, couldn't run on the road. His nose was a little bit crooked, so I had to straighten him out. He loves the Mighty Moose. SpongeBob is terrific. Can't make it as a coach. Sometimes you're going to be dressed up as SpongeBob.
Did you see he left me hanging there at the end?
Well, he lost a little respect for Ed, you know. He thought he turned on him.
I expected better.
Yeah, you deserve better. You deserve better. But now you got to love SpongeBob. He's certainly a great cartoon, and I support him.
Wonderful cartoon American.
Yes, he is. It's a political year, and Spongy's very into politics also.
Right now, Iona in command against Weber State, while Braxton puts on the moves against Bessick. Zach Braxton taking advantage. Remember, Washington on the bench for Iona with 3 fouls.
Good move. This game ain't over yet. It's all about Weber State's defense. They stop Iona.
Open look. Tapped out. Casimir on the deck with Cannon. Said Casimir kept it alive for the Gales. And remember, Much still out for Iona.
Exactly. That time, a loose ball. Weber State wanted the ball. Iona had to have the ball. So that was a difference. Can't give second shots for Iona. It's really hurt Weber State here in the second half.
9 to shoot for Iona. Crawford's hit 3 threes. Sets up McGill. In and out. Same team. Crawford's there to clean it up. And John and Braxton collide. That allows the Gales to swoop in.
That hurts. If you're a coach, that's like a dagger in your heart. You have the ball, 2 or 3 guys around there. Slips out and they get a layup.
It's been that kind of night. Iona 55. Weber State 37. Trying to set up a rematch with Nevada tomorrow. Cannon off the mark. Hill follows to put it in.
Down 16. You keep attacking. For Weber State, you got to defend and you got to rebound. 5 guys get in the mud, go after the basketball. That time McKay Cannon was leaking last time. Guard's got to rebound too.
Look who Iona does not have on the floor. Washington, Much, Severe. So Cassell and company going to work and staying with the Wildcats.
The bank is still open in Anchorage, Alaska. It's about 9:22. Tough shot.
Hill off glass. No. Tap in by Braxton.
We've been scoring, but they can't stop Iona right now.
Tim Cluse has highlighted the depth of his team coming into this year. This Alaska trip, a chance to sort out the rotation, find out who can fill the void from those lost. McGill kicks it out. Cassell, floater, teardrop, good. Sam Cassell Jr. But Weber State trying to hang tough with Iona. The Big Sky champs. Kendall Hill cleaning up. Holiday Hoops presented by Citizen Watch on CBS Sports Network. College football action continues today right here on CBS Sports Network. First at noon, USF in a Florida battle with UCF in the American. And then 9 Eastern, Donnell Pumphrey continues his pursuit of the all-time rushing record as San Diego State takes on Colorado State on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. And Donnell Pumphrey in pursuit of history. He's behind two legends on the ground. Ricky Williams, Ron Dane at Wisconsin. They don't build them like Ron Dane anymore. Remember Thunder and Lightning with the New York Giants with Tiki Barber? Well, there was certainly thunder on one side. It was Mr. Dane.
He was a wrecking machine. He was really strong, right? Get 4 or 5 yards every time, right up the middle.
If he played basketball and he played in this shootout, you'd have to buy probably 24 moose hats just to fill the order.
Yeah, no, he's got a big head, I'm sure.
59-41 Iona. Defending MAC champs with the lead in the second semifinal. Cody John off the mark. Cannon retrieves. Ed Cohen, Pete Gillen, our CBS Sports Network crew here at the Great Alaska Shootout. Handcheck, E.J. Crawford. It's been great for Iona, but he's also just picked up his 4th foul. And that's going to bring John Sevier back in. So Tim Cluess not going to Washington yet. He has 3 fouls, and Iona will go much smaller here with Sevier on the floor.
It's okay. Caused some problems, but once again, they get a guard. Iona is very quick.
McGill, nope. Rebound to Hill. Second effort there by McGill, but he punched it out of bounds. Bodies tumbling. McGill's not giving up, and there is man who went down in the first half. Deshaun Much on crutches. As you can see, doubtful to return, and the hope is it's anything worse than what we're seeing now.
Yeah, once again, it's good to see anybody get hurt. Bunk knees, and we thought he was okay. He went back in, and this couldn't continue.
Offensive board, Weber State. Second effort for the Wildcats as we near the midway point of the second half. Giddens, floater, no. And it's taken here by McGill. Let's go to Dave Goldman with more on Deshaun Much.
Well, they're hoping no structural damage, Ed. They are going to reevaluate when they get back to New York, but obviously he's finished for tonight, and it doesn't look like tomorrow is very good as well. But at this point, they're calling it bang knees, and fingers crossed for Deshaun Much.
All right, Dave, thanks. So that is an ominous report for Tim Cluess' squad, given that Iona's leading by 18, and they have the driver's seat to the championship tomorrow. Sevier hits the 3, the lead now 21.
Sevier, terrific in the corner. He loves those deep corner shots. Right now, Iona's knocking down the 3, and Weber State, who's a very good three-point shooting team, is cold, but credit the defense by Iona.
A turnover. Iona's forced many of them, now 12 for Weber State. It's worth noting, Pete, that Iona will not play its first home game in New Rochelle at the Heinz Athletic Center until December 4th. So they have this event in Alaska, then they play their first conference game of the year on the road. And right now, no Deshaun Much, likely tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Casimir from long range off the mark.
Play a tough schedule. Tough schedule up here in the Great Alaska Shootout, and playing at Florida State is tough, and at Nevada. So they're really battle tested for sure.
Contact. Was there traveling before an offensive foul? Yes, steps on Braxton. But John Sevier, he needs to, what'd you say, get a patent for the corner 3.
Way deep in the corner, almost stepped out of bounds, right in front of the Iona bench. Knocked it in. Knocked in 4 the other day. Yeah, victory over Drake.
John Sevier, transfer from Fordham, graduate transfer. So allowed to play right away after changing schools. Not a far distance from the Bronx to New Rochelle, New York in Westchester County. About a 10-mile trip. 8 to shoot, it's McGill to Cassell Jr. And the rebound falls to Dusty Baker.
I was in the zone. I'd get the ball to the free throw line and drive it. Get the ball to Gittens, somebody who's a skilled guy.
For that man, Dusty Baker hits the three.
There's another guy that's great in the corner. 5 for 6 from three-point land the other night. Perfect boost off the bench for the Wildcats. Gonna get some stops. Right now, Iona's scoring too much.
Gales for the game, 10 of 21 from three. They've gone colder this half after going 7 of 11 in the first. Casimir almost fouled as he missed the three. Baker for Harding, leans in and scores. Just came into the game, Jarrett Harding, former player of the year in the state of Kansas out of high school.
Down 16, a lot of points. Once again, Weber State can really knock down the three ball. We'll start, got to get some stops.
Earlier today, Baylor came back from over 20 down to beat Louisville to win the battle for Atlantis. Does Weber State have a comeback in them? Washington's back in. Power move. It's going the other way. Offensive. Jordan Washington. That's his fourth.
That hurts. Here we see Weber State's not going to quit. Going to keep competing. Nice attack the basket. Harding with the scoop. Up and under. Nice finish. Wildcats. They ain't going to quit. Keep swinging.
Iona Gales leading Weber State 62-46. Iona playing in its fourth Great Alaska Shootout, but their first in almost 30 years. Time for tonight's high energy performance presented by Citizen Watch, and E.J. Crawford has given Iona some wonderful minutes, drilling 3 threes.
Tremendous offensive player, a big boost off the bench for the Gales. Way downtown. Really comes out swinging, very aggressive, hard-nosed player. Here we go, Crawford again, off an offensive rebound.
11 points for E.J. Crawford, and we are ready. This, the second to last moose out we're going to give out here in Alaska before the championship tomorrow. The Gales right now, looks like they may have a second moose hat in their possession.
This is one of the biggest awards in college basketball, the Mighty Moose Award. Who can win it? Who's the MVP of this game? We don't know yet.
What about SpongeBob?
Sponge is pretty valuable.
Maybe E.J. Crawford hitting 3 threes. Maybe Deshaun Much. He's on crutches right now and unlikely to play the rest of the shootout based on the report from Dave Goldman that he'll be reevaluated in New York. But Much was huge to start the game.
He was terrific, very aggressive. Here comes Weber State. They chip away. If they can get some stops, that's the whole key. Can they get some stops against Iona? They're scoring. 46 points with 6:24 to go isn't bad.
Jarrett Harding to the line. Gets one more. Randy Ray's team down by 15. They trail by as many as 22 here in the semifinal. Winner gets Nevada tomorrow. And Harding's 2 for 2.
Going to score the points now for the Gales. without Jordan Washington and much. Could be Severe, could be Sam Cassell, the two most likely candidates.
Cassell and Baker locked feet. Turner missed the jumper, and Gittins tracks it down. So 6 minutes remaining. Weber State has work to do, down by 14.
Still plenty of time. Big hill to climb, but they can do it.
Gittins denied. Help comes from Bessick.
Bessick's done a great job.
McGill slicing through for the bucket.
Great move.
8 points for Ricky McGill.
Big play. Two Weber State didn't get. Two Iona got.
Every time we said Weber State has a window to chip away, Iona's answered. Severe right against the 6'8 Braxton. The swipe and the steal.
The quickness of Iona has been really apparent, Ed. Great job. Quick, good hands, getting steals. A terrific job.
John Severe, in transferring to Iona, said he wasn't mature in his early years at Fordham. Didn't buy in defensively. Well, that steal says a lot about where he has come over the last year.
Yep.
Tomorrow. Nevada, after Nevada came back to beat Iona on Sunday. Crazy.
Yep, funny things happen. Iona had a chance to win that game at Nevada, up 10 at the half, as you know, Ed. 14 early in the second half, in the first half. And Nevada just played great, scored 57 points in the second half.
Reach and foul. Senglin, who has been ultra quiet. We were saying, well, it took 3 shots in the first half. Senglin's taken just 1 since the break.
Yeah.
Picks up his 3rd foul.
He's their best player. They got to get him the ball. He's got to work hard to get it, but they got to help him. Credit the Iona defense.
It's going the other way. Bessick, offensive, trying to clear space. A wonderful history, though, for this Iona program. They've been to 11 NCAA tournaments, won a game in 1980, beat Holy Cross. They were led by Jeff Ruhlin. That win was later vacated. And 7 consecutive 20-win seasons. 6 under Tim Cluse, and then 1 under Kevin Willard, now at Seton Hall.
Yep. Got a great role. Right now, they're the top program in the MEAC. The MAC, rather. MAC.
MAC, MEAC.
Too many A's. M-A-A-C, too many A's.
Mid-American MAC.
And the MAC. The MAC in the Midwest, and then the MAC in the East.
It's the return of the MAC here in Alaska. Five to shoot. Severe off the bounce. Drills it. That's been the story of Iona's night. 3-point shooting. They were 7 of 11 in the first half. They've knocked down 11 for the game.
Amazing. Saying shooting makes up for a multitude of sins. They're making up for a lot of things. They had 12 threes the last game, so they're on fire. Coming into the tournament, they're only 25% from three-point land, so they're heating up now for sure.
They were flat in the first half last night against Drake. Closed that game on a 14-1 run. They've been locked in from the start here. Again, they've worked the shot clock down. Severe again. Oh my, from straight on to beat the shot clock. A second straight possession.
Wow, these guys are sizzling hot now.
Halibut for the group.
Yeah, no question. They're playing tremendously.
Bessick, hard foul, will send Harding to the line. You know they're enjoying the wings at the Beachmont Tavern, North Avenue in New Rochelle. Gales up big. board. Scott Shem got it. Austin Crozier to officiate.
Some pretty good players we had. We're fortunate. It was either threes. Severe from way downtown. They're all doing it. McGill. They're all doing it. Very unusual. Most young men they don't start. They Sam Cassell Jr. from way downtown. Here we go again. Sam Cassell knocking them down. It's raining threes, Ed, right here in Anchorage.
Hasn't been snowing much, so why not rain some threes? Iona 12 last night, 12 here tonight. Amazing. And you consider much goes down. He was in the game to start, and he scored 8 points at all 3 of his shots in 12 minutes, gave Iona a big spark. And then Washington in foul trouble again. Besic has filled a lot of those minutes, and that allows Washington to be fresh for tomorrow's championship against Nevada.
Exactly. Exactly. And Besic really impressed me. Shot blocking, rebounding, doing a real nice job. Weaver State's going to have a fine season. They just ran into a buzzsaw tonight, Ed. I thought Iona was much more aggressive. Scrapping and clawing, just came up a lot more aggressive early in the game.
To what degree does having yesterday off impact the team? Both these teams did play yesterday, but you played 3 games in 3 days versus 3 and 4. What difference does that make here at the shootout? I
think it helps. It helps, but you know these guys are young. They can do it. Iona get hot from three-point land. They were sizzling. 12 for 24 from 3, crashed the boards. 30 rebounds is excellent. Weaver State good perimeter D. No, Iona was 46%. No good. Let the big dog eat. Zach Braxton, he didn't eat. He's hungry. The big dog. He wanted something. Didn't get enough food. Not enough halibut. Only 6 points. Braxton was in foul trouble. That hurt him 2 nights in a row. They overcame it the other night, but couldn't do it this evening.
One more for Baker, who was the star last night with 21 off the bench.
As you mentioned, Ed, Nevada, it's their 3rd game in 4 nights. Iona 3 in a row. But I think Iona has pretty good depth. We'll have to see. Unfortunately, with Much, doesn't look like he'll play, but maybe, you never know. But I don't think it'd be a big factor, but I think a slight advantage for Nevada having 1 day off, 3 games in 4 days, rather than Iona playing 3 games in a row, 3 days.
Severe to the corner, fouled. Let's see if he was shooting a 3. Harding got him. And 3 free throws for John Severe. Games in hand for Iona, but we just want to see, could he hit another corner trifecta? He'll take the 3 free throws instead.
John Severe, little stop and go dribble. Way up. I got hit, no doubt about it. The referee's done a good job this evening. I think the whole tournament had so far, in my opinion, I'm being straightforward. I think referees, not easy to referee with the kids today. It's so quick and big and strong and fast. I think they've done a solid job.
There's a system of checks and balances. I don't doubt that if there was a problem, we would hear from them.
Oh, no question. I would counsel them aggressively if needed.
And they'd appreciate your counsel.
And they probably wouldn't listen, but we try.
That's good training on their part. Foul on Crawford. That fouls him out with 1:28 to go, but he's been solid tonight. Crawford with 11, knocking down all 3 of his 3-point tries. And Tim Cluse can empty the bench because Iona, which made the longest trip here of any team in the shootout, they are going to play for a title tomorrow against Nevada. Wolfpack and Gales.
Be a heck of a game. Both teams know each other from playing recently. The game was at Nevada, so on neutral court now, so should be interesting. I think it's the speed of Iona and the power and strength and physicality of Nevada.
John Severe has been embraced by his new teammates. 3 years at Fordham. And now final go-round. Chance to prove himself as a collegian at Iona. He won a Moose Hat last night. I think you have a pretty easy choice tonight. Remember, Severe scored 14. Cassell scored 15 yesterday. Here tonight, Sam Cassell with 18 points for Iona.
Yeah, Sam Cassell Jr. has Moose-like tendencies. There's a chance to get one of the most prestigious awards in college basketball.
Is it karma?
It's karma. Moose karma can take you a long way. Took Middle Tennessee to the NCAA tournament, and they beat mighty Michigan State. One of the biggest upsets in NCAA tournament history.
fourth shootout for Iona. 1979, they lost to Kentucky, and Kyle Macy in the title game. Jeff Rulin was their MVP. 1981, they were third, even with wins over Ohio State and Washington State. Steve Bird Sr., one of the all-time greats at Iona, he was the MVP. And then an 8th place finish in 1988. Turner, another three. Window dressing for the Gales in the final minute.
Step back from about 25 feet. Right now, it's Iona's world. We're just passing through it, Ed. They're raining.
Jordan Dallas will go to the line for Weber State as he's fouled from behind by Luka Milosevic.
But brighter days ahead for Weber State. Great program, a tremendous coach in Randy Ray. I think they do really well in the Big Sky Conference. Last year, as you mentioned before, they won the regular season title of the Big Sky and the tournament championship. He's a fabulous coach and well respected all throughout collegiate basketball.
And they'll get the Buffalo Bulls in the consolation game tomorrow. Buffalo losing to Nevada earlier tonight.
That'll be a good game. Two very good teams.
Tim Clue said, coming here to Alaska, his team needed this. They needed 3 games away from home to almost find themselves. What has he discovered about his team here tonight after 2 games of the shootout?
There's a lot of depth, a lot of quickness, a lot of toughness. And the thing that's great for Iona, they got 6 new players, 6 new guys. So he's blended. Everybody's trying to find their role. And they're cheering for each other, spend a lot of time with each other. So it's a great, great trip for all these teams, especially with a team with a lot of new players. So it's a great trip for Tim Cluse and Jared Grasso there to Tim's left, his associate head coach, done a wonderful job. So big win for the Gales and big night tomorrow, right, when Nevada comes crawling. So it should be a heck of a ball game.
If you're a driver and you don't obey speed limits, tomorrow's game is for you. It's going to be fast from the start, and a Nevada team that doesn't go very deep. Eric Musselman plays 6 or 7 guys, but